Hi, I just wanted to come in and do a collective update for this next week in October. I believe it's the 13th to the 19th. And so I just wanted to come in and see what the energies are. I just wanted to say happy Thanksgiving to all, my Canadian family here. And I just wanted to see what's coming up. So yeah, we have the Thanksgiving energy, which is like, the energy of like gratitude, giving thanks for, our blessings, spend time with family, friends, so sometimes, that's the energy that is kind of with this October. We had the harvest moon, which was like, giving thanks, celebrations, joy, love. We're reaping kind of what we've sown throughout the year. So I just wanted to come in and see what this next week holds for the collective. So I'm going to start with my tarot, and I'm going to get kind of an energy for this week. What's coming up here? So we have the Lovers coming up here. So we have this kind of major arcana card. So it's kind of like this energy of love. It's the energy of, family, friends, joy, partners. We've got this energy here of very kind of vulnerability, the masculine and feminine kind of coming together here. So, and then we've got this deer in the background here, kind of like it's emerging, this new fawn, this gentleness, this love. The deer represents love as well. So it's got this energy of love surrounding us. And that can be love between, you and a partner, which this card usually it suggests, but it's also, just the love of, family, friends, joy. It's that embracing, the masculine and feminine. So let's see what else is coming up for that here. So let's see here. I'm going to pull in alchemical affirmation and a guide. See who's coming out here for this week in October for the collective. I have a ladybug, so I'm thinking that's lucky. Got some luck here, some ladybugs. Also seeing some bees, community, that hive. So let's see. So we have Goddess Kali and Black Obsidian. So Black Obsidian is going to be a good one to work with this week. So I release allegiance to old cycles, opening my soul to the birthing process of the Divine Mother, who guides me into the highest fulfillment of my potential. An entirely new order is being established. In the respect of this greater unfolding power, I am willing to be moved, inspired, and guided to embrace new approaches and responses. Yeah, like I was saying, we have that kind of embrace. We're embracing each other. So I embrace new approaches and new responses. I possess the courage required for change. I trust that the universe loves me, and so I let go to grow. Yeah, and we got that love coming out here, trusting that the universe loves us. Like I was saying, that deer represents kind of that love, that gentleness, that tenderness. So it's saying here, so sacred revolution. So we have Goddess Kali, and I believe Goddess Kali is the Hindu goddess of, I think it's death and rebirth or war. I have to double check on that one. I think it's kind of the death, rebirth cycles, but also the, war and peace. So it's saying here, yeah, I release allegiance to old cycles. So opening my soul to the birthing process of the Divine Mother, who guides me to my highest fulfillment of my potential. So yeah, it looks like here we're releasing old cycles. We're being embraced by the universe. I trust that the universe loves me, so I let go to grow. So it looks like Black Obsidian, and Obsidian is that grounding crystal. It's also, warding off the negative kind of energy. So it looks like that's going to be a good one to work with this week. An entirely new order is being established. In respect of this greater unfolding power, I am willing to be moved, inspired, and guided to embrace new approaches and new responses. So yeah, you might be getting some movement, it looks like. So it's saying I'm willing to be moved. So we're kind of surrendering, right? We're in that process of surrendering to, to the greater power, the unfolding. So, and, we're having that courage to change. So it looks like this week is going to be, really focused on love, but also too, it's like, embracement, that peace, I feel like too, that tenderness. It's going to be very, and then we've got like Goddess Kali, who's kind of like that war. So it's like that peace and war, I feel like. It's kind of like that balance. And we've got here, yeah, we're releasing old cycles. So I'm going to see what else is coming up for this. There's some sort of revolution. So I'm just going to pull a life lesson card. Looks like we're going to be having some inspiration as well, because it's saying here I'm inspired and guided to embrace new approaches and responses. And we're letting go to grow. So we're, we got that surrender here. So let's see. So perseverance. It's saying here, I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. So we've got this crown chakra. So yeah, it's like saying here, like, I'm willing to be moved. So it's like, I know I can set, and when we move, when we're being moved, sometimes that comes with a little bit of challenges, because, that's for our growth. So it's like, I'm willing to be moved. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. So it's like, having that mind, and we have the heart chakra here too. And so it's like having our mind and our heart. So like I was saying, there's like almost this battle, like we can have this battle between what our heart wants and what our mind, thinks that we want. But it's like, it looks like we're connecting the two, the mind and the heart. So we're getting our mind on board by, saying, I can do whatever I set my mind to. So we have to get that mind on board with the heart, because the mind will, make up a lot of reasons of why we can't do something to try and keep us safe. That's kind of like the ego. It's keeping us safe. So it'll kind of say like, oh, I can't do that because I won't feel safe if I do that. So we'll have those, the lower vibrational kind of thoughts, to try and keep us safe in our little bubble. But we're meant to grow. We're meant to flourish, and like this deer too, it's like that fawn, like it was saying, it's like that death and rebirth, because it's saying, opening my soul to the birthing process of the Divine Mother. So it's like, yeah, the Divine Mother, it's like that birth. So it's like that motherly energy too, that love, that nurturing, that caring, So it's saying here, yeah, so it looks like here we might be having some, I feel like we're going to be having some inspiration, just knowing that, and having this affirmation, knowing that you can do whatever you set your mind to. I feel like you're going to be inspired then. You're going to be approaching new challenges, approaching new, it says, responses. So it looks like here we're getting our mind and our heart on board here. So we kind of have that like balance. It's like death, rebirth, war, peace, mind, heart. It looks like this week here. So it looks like I'm going to pull some more cards and see what else is coming out here. And I release allegiance to old cycles. So before, we had allegiance to old cycles. So like we supported the old cycles. It's like we had, like a pact with these old cycles, that we would go through them and we would be there, but we're releasing that now. We don't have that allegiance anymore. We're opening to new birthing processes, So let's see here. So we have some apprehension coming out, and that's funny because that's that fawn energy, right? It's like when the fawn is born, it's kind of like very close to its mother. It has some, and of course with most animals though, it seems to be the fawns though, you know, you get up and they're kind of shaky and they want to be, you know, by their mothers, and they rely on their mothers quite a bit, and they're scared, right? So they have that kind of apprehension about moving out into the new world, you know, on their own. But it's saying here, you know, we're having some doubt and we're having some fear. So you might be having some, then that's why this is kind of coming up here. I feel like we might be having some apprehension on our path about, you know, moving forward. Can we do it? You know, those thoughts that we have. It looks like here, you know, we're having some of that fear, some of that doubt. So black obsidian will be good for that one as well. You know, for the doubt, for the fear. But it's saying here, you know, we're in the process of birthing. Like, you see how she's like in the fetal position? So we're in the process of birth right now, in that kind of womb state, where we're kind of letting go of the old cycle, but we're kind of birthing into the new. We're opening our soul into the new, of a new potential, new timelines I'm getting. Because it's saying it guides me to the highest fulfillment of my potential. Yeah, so the highest fulfillment, my highest timeline. An entirely new order is being established. So here, yeah, it's saying like we look like we're kind of having some of that apprehension. That's coming to, I feel like that's coming to an end, that cycle. Because we've got 9 here with the fulfillment. I feel like that cycle is kind of being fulfilled, where you're having this apprehension about moving into the world. I feel like going forward, you know, we're having these inspired ideas, we're embracing new approaches and responses. So this is going to be a really good one for you to work with, and I would suggest working with the meditation, you know, that I'll link on my Facebook, because this is going to help you if you are having some of that doubt, some of that fear, some of that apprehension. But see, the Mother Earth is embracing her, right? So we're saying here, you know, it says here, my soul to the birthing process of the Divine Mother who guides me. So yeah, like the earth is embracing us. We're like that kind of seed, you know, that's in the soil, that's kind of waiting to break out of its shell. So I'm going to see what else comes out here. We're having greater unfolding power. The power of love. I'm getting with the Lovers. It's the power of love, the power of our heart. Yeah, because I'm getting the heart chakra here. And what do we think when we think about a revolution? A revolution creates change. You know, this one's saying it's a sacred revolution. So sometimes you can have revolutions that are very chaotic, that bring a lot of destruction. This one's a sacred revolution. You know, it's an order. It's saying here an entirely new order is being established. This is sacred. This is like cosmic law I'm getting. Let's see. Revolution creates change. So we got Reshape here. So 525. So what this is telling me is that maybe there was something that a goal, a plan, a timeline, a objective kind of that you had, that maybe that's why you're having some fear and some doubt, because it hadn't manifested, or it didn't seem to work out, the plan. I feel like we're being asked to go back and reshape that plan. Go look back at it. I feel like here it's like we're being asked to look at it from our heart and not from, you know, our mind again. Because before, I feel like maybe we had some fear and some doubt about this plan, and that's why it might have not have worked out the way that we wanted it to, or the way that yeah, the way that we wanted it to, or the way that was in the, you know, in the most, I guess, positive for us. But I feel like we're being asked to go back and reshape that. We're birthing into our highest potential. I feel like too, we were in a lot in our minds about it. Maybe there was the fear, the doubt about moving out into the world, and that's why, you know, the plan hadn't gone as we had wanted it to. But I feel like you're being asked to reshape it. Go back and reshape. Go look at it from the heart. I feel like too, we were in our minds a lot about it. It was more coming from ego than it was coming from the heart. But I feel like when you're adding love into it, adding the heart into it, I feel like there's going to be a different outcome. You're going to be able to and establish this order, because I'm getting here, like, with this triangle, we have like that pyramid shape that's ancient. There's something ancient, and which is that order, right? I feel like that's connected there. There's some sort of like ancient energy that's unfolding, you know, and it's about order and law. But I feel like it's connected to an Egyptian lifetime, or an Egyptian, some sort of Egyptian law, maybe. So then we got the solar plexus. So we got this very yellow. So we're coming from a place of inspiration. We're coming from a place of higher will, because that's our solar plexus is our higher will. That's our drive. And we're looking like here that we've got this blue energy as well. So we have this expression. So we're being asked to express this to the universe, this plan. So we've got number 525 here. So number 12, which is number 3. We've got the 3 points here. So we've got that Trinity energy, that mind, body, soul connection, but also I feel like it's teachings and learnings with the 3, because we've got that's what I associate to the ascended masters. So I feel like there's some learnings in, you know, reshaping this plan, but I feel like doing it from the heart, but knowing in your mind, getting your mind on board that you can, you know, you can do anything you set your mind to, and knowing it's, I know, you know, we're coming to an end of this apprehension. I feel like we're coming to an end of this fear, of this doubt. I feel like there's a cycle fulfilling, but we are that, you know, that seed that's ready to crack out of the shell. You know, we're being birthed, and like we have the Lovers here too, which is like, you know, the male and female coming together. We have that divine masculine, divine feminine energy, the Merkaba, that creates the Merkaba, the coming together. So when the Merkaba is created, that is our vehicle to our different timelines and dimensions. So it looks like here we're being asked to reshape something, maybe a plan that you had, a goal, a dream, reshaping a dream that we had. But coming from the heart though, it looks like. So I'm going to pull a crystal. See what else crystals we can work with this week. So we have black obsidian. Oh, and we got one that, citrine. So citrine came out here. So it's saying, what is it? A must-have for wannabe makers of art and money. Citrine is a pale gold to smoky brown quartz. Those candy yellow citrines you can find at shops that are actually heat-treated amethyst, which is another beast altogether. So it says here, who needs it? Anyone with a big idea or a big dream, probably you. So that's your, if you're watching this, this is your confirmation. Like I was saying, you know, we're going back, we're reshaping a big dream, a big goal. Citrine's going to help you with that. It's going to help you manifest your masterpiece. It's saying here, where to put it, wherever you set intentions. Placing some citrine in your pocket each morning makes the energetic statement like, greatness is out there and I am coming for it. Yeah, I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. So it's saying here when to use it, when it's time to really get on your grind and start creating the tomorrow of your dreams today. Yeah, so we're being asked to go back and reshape a goal, reshape a dream, come at it from the heart, come at it from love. You know, we're birthing this. Let go of fear, let go of old cycles, release that, release the allegiance that you have to old cycles. Release the fear, release the doubt, which I know is hard. It's not going to be easy. And that takes a lot of work and a lot of, inner work to release fear and release doubt. But Citrine's going to help you manifest your masterpiece. It's saying here, it's saying, I trust in the universe that the universe loves me. So I let go to grow. We're going to grow the seed, right? So I'm getting chills on that. So I'm going to see what else comes out here. So Citrine, Black Obsidian, going to be very good to work with this week here. So I'm going to pull an animal card and see what's coming out for my animal cards here. Let's see. So we have the Eagle, Mastery. And I love that. It's like a masterpiece, and we have mastery in here. So it's saying here, you are on a spiritual journey beyond the sky. Let go of the past and soar. Yeah, release the allegiance to old cycles. You are guided by the winds of spirit. Your wisdom inspires the world. So we have that mastery. So we're seeing things from a higher perspective. And we got that soaring, right? Where, it's saying here, the Divine Mother who guides me to the highest fulfillment of my potential. We're soaring. So now, since we were in the ground, we were this, little seed, but we're being asked to soar. We're being asked to see a higher perspective. You are on a spiritual journey beyond the sky, it's saying. So this is cosmic, as well. It's beyond the sky. But we're being asked to let go of the past. You are guided by the winds of spirit. So one thing I've been doing is I've been getting the wind quite a bit in my just every day. So going out and giving thanks for the air that I breathe. It's speaking your intentions into the wind and blowing them. I've been getting that a lot as well, blowing them out into the world. And I was getting that actually before when I was doing that Reiki. I just did that to blow the energy, but I didn't realize what I was doing until afterwards, when it kept coming up for me. Blowing, expressing your intentions, to the world. You're that seed. Offer your seed to the earth, to the world. Blow it. The eagle will carry the seed. The eagle carries the seed, right? Because the eagle ingests the fruits, the, seeds on the ground. So the eagle ingests that, and the eagle will carry your intention. It's going to carry it on the winds. But it's saying, and I'm getting eagle here, and it's funny that we have the eagle and we have, I release allegiance. So when you think about the eagle, you're thinking of, we could be thinking of the US, because we have a lot of the eagle energy there. And it's like, I pledge allegiance to the flag. So we're releasing the allegiance that we have to fear, to doubt, to these old cycles and old habits that we keep going around in circles with, right? So it's really funny how that's coming up, how we've got that energy of that eagle. And I was talking about kind of war and peace, and then we've got the deer and the eagle kind of coming out here. So it's so we're just being asked, you're being on the path to mastery. You're mastering your life. You're on the path to master your life, to live your highest fulfillment, your highest potential. You are on a spiritual journey. So I hope that resonates for you. If you're watching this, this is for you. This is the message for you. I'm going to see what else pops up here. I'm getting with the lovers too as well. If you're not already in a relationship, that might be something that's coming this week. Or if you are in a relationship, you might be deepening your connection. I feel like October is all kind of about the harvest, love, joy, celebrations. It's got that very lover's energy. Giving thanks, being grateful for what we have. Let me see here what else we can pull out here. Ooh. Dreamweaver. Yeah. Manifest your masterpiece, manifest your dreams. So it's saying here, laying foundations and manifestation. So this is going to be a great week to look back on something maybe that you want to reshape, a goal, an idea, a dream that you have, because I feel like this is going to be a really good week for planting that seed. That seed will be planted, and that eagle is going to carry that seed on the wind. It's going to soar and carry it far. So this is going to be a great week for manifestations, for going back and reshaping, you know, a goal that you once had, you know, to let go of, you know, old cycles, you know, to move out of fear and doubt and move into inspiration, into new approaches, into new responses. We're birthing something. We're going to a whole nother way. An entirely new order is being established. So yeah, we have here number 2. So yeah, and even like number 2 is our relationships, right? This is a master card. So we have like our number 2, the 2 people here, the lovers. We've got that cooperation, that divine masculine, divine feminine coming together. I feel like this is going to be a good week to work with sacred geometry as well, that Merkaba energy in your manifestations. But just watch this week what you're bringing in. Watch this week with what you're thinking. Watch your thoughts this week. If you're thinking of fear, doubt, if you're thinking of the lower vibrational, you know, that is, it's a big week for manifesting. So I feel like, you know, we want to be, you know, thinking and very heart-centered this week, and watching what our thoughts are. You know, when something comes up, we want to, you know, a challenge or, you know, something for us that we're going through that's a little bit harder. We want to change that thought pattern to, I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to this week. Because ultimately, you know, that's going to help you. That's going to help with your manifestations. That's going to help bring things in for you. It's going to help you be inspired as well. But it's saying here, I possess the courage required for change. So we have to be courageous, right? We have to take that first step out into the world. I feel like this is being, you know, this is coming to an end, though, of you being maybe a little bit scared to take that step. I feel like that's coming to an end. We have to have that courage, right? So yeah, we've got that spider web energy, you know, the cobweb, how everything is interconnected, right? And it's just this beautiful masterpiece. And it's funny that master is coming out. This is a master card. We have manifest your masterpiece. You know, it's this, we're weaving the dream to our highest potential here. So we're laying the foundations for it. So keep going. If you're, you know, if you feel like you're taking those leaps on your path this week, keep going. You're manifesting it. So I'm going to pull one more card. I'm going to see what other energies are coming out here. So it's a great week to go back and reshape a dream that you had, a goal, or to just, you know, shape one at all. This time we're doing it from our heart, and our mind is on board. You know, we're knowing that we can do it. We know. We're letting go so we can grow, right? Oops. Well, I pulled 2 of them, but this one here, so our guides are guiding us here. We have that support. It looks like here we've got this gateway, voice activation, like I was saying, you know, using our voice and using the wind. I was saying, like with the blowing, using the wind to carry our manifestations, to carry our seeds. So it's saying here, voice activation, angelic attunement, divine support. So our guides are supporting us at this time where we have this support. You know, they're helping us. The universe is helping us, you know, with our manifestations. So our voices are going to be very powerful this week. So when it's saying here, voice activation, we're activating our voice. So our voices are powerful. Like they say, words are spells, right? So we're casting spells whenever we're speaking. So just be mindful of that this week. Are we casting, you know, not very, you know, nice spells, or are we casting, you know, on the other side of it, I guess, nice spells. Not very nice and nice. I'll put it that way, I guess. Like, are we gossiping, or are we, you know, lifting people up? Are we empowering people? Stuff like that. It's like those two opposites, right? Like I was saying, we have kind of that paradoxical energy. It's like two opposites of the same energy, right? So we have this angelic attunement. So it looks like, yeah, we're getting this, and this, when we have an attunement, it's like, I feel like that attunement helps us, to fulfilling our highest potential. It gives us kind of like an upgrade. We're kind of clearing out the old energy, and we're being attuned to this new order, this new energy that's coming in. But our guides are here to support us. So we have Seraphine's Gateway. So angels might be coming up quite a lot for you this week. So just watch out for that. So, okay, one more. That'll be done. I like to pull them. I like to see what we can pull out here. So it's funny though, because whenever I picked up both those cards, we had the Divine Matrix come out as well. So it looks like here, interconnected is synchronicity, and it says God incidences. So we've got that energy of that kind of interconnectedness, right? That manifestation, the flower of life. So yeah, it looks like here, it's funny just that one also came out as well. And we have those interconnected, that same energy, right? Like I was saying, it's that the opposite ends of the same energy. What else? Transformation. So we've got here more synchronicity, impulse. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of synchronicities coming up this week, because we've pulled that now twice. And when we're manifesting, you know, usually the synchronicities, the universe will bring us what we need. And how we know that is through synchronicity. If you get a synchronicity, that's your message. Like, there's no such thing as coincidences. Like it's saying here, God incidences. They are being put together for a reason. So just watch out for those. Have that awareness. Open up your awareness. You know, you can do that in meditation as well, where you open up your auric field. You can pull it kind of further out from you, so that you have more of that awareness. Or you can pull it closer if you feel more comfortable, right? So because we have this apprehension energy, I feel like, you know, in meditation, pushing your aura out a little bit more is going to help with this apprehension as well. So yeah, transformation, morph, synchronicity, impulse. So yeah, that where there is a transformation, like I was saying, we're birthing. There's a birthing process that's going on here. And we have the Lovers here too, which is like that male female. It's the, you know, usually they're very naked, you know, it results usually in, you know, some type of child, right? The male female coming together, the mating. There is some sort of child sometimes being born, right? When those two energies come together. So we've got that birthing with love, though. It's a process with love. We're birthing something with love. So yeah, transformation. So it looks like here synchronicity is going to be huge. We've got this very kind of fairy, but also kind of angelic energy. We've got this halo here as well. So like I was saying, we've got the angels coming out. There's a voice attunement. So be careful on what you're speaking, what you're bringing in, what you're thinking as well, our thoughts as well. But it looks like here, you know, we are morphing. There is some sort of, like it's saying, like there's some sort of birthing process, some morphing process that's coming through. There is some transformation. We have number 41, which is 5, which I associate to a transformation as well. So yeah, that's just double confirmation, you know, that there is a transformation happening. So, do I pull one more? Yeah, let's do one more. I got a little bit of time, so... My last one. What can we pull else? Can we pull out? So Citrine, Black Obsidian, gonna be good. I think Black Obsidian's really gonna help with that fear, that doubt. It's that grounding crystal. It kind of keeps away those negative energies as well. And then we've got the Citrine, which is gonna help you manifest, help you bring in that, you know, manifest that masterpiece. So Citrine's gonna be a really good one. if you're working with, you know, on your dreams this week. So we have root chakra, ground and center. So yeah, we've got here the black obsidian, like I was saying, that kind of that grounding crystal. So yeah, we're being asked to ground. And we've got, she's kind of lying on the ground here, right? So, you know, being grounded and centered helps with our manifestations. When we're kind of all over the place, you know, have the anxiety, the fear, the doubt, the go of the everyday life, where we can't really catch our breath because we're always kind of on the run, on the go. It's saying here, you know, it's hard to manifest in that state. It's a little bit harder to manifest. Sometimes your manifestations come in a little chaotic because that's how the energy is, right? But whenever we're grounded and centered in our root chakra, we are also letting, you know, that's where our fear is being held, right, too. That's a lot of our fear. That's a lot of our fear is being held there. So then we've got number 2 coming out here, like with the lovers. We have the 2 lovers. We got that 2 Dreamweaver energy, laying foundations, manifestations. So that's going to help with your manifestations, grounding and centering, and that can be done. And it's got this we've got this moth or this butterfly energy and this sun energy, right? Being outside in the sun, I feel like helps ground and center nature. But we've also got this transformation here. It's alignment. See, you're being aligned. So getting that root chakra on board as well. So we look like we got the heart, the mind, and the root chakra coming out here quite a bit. So yes, this is going to help too. We got number 2 with your partnerships, your relationships, the divine masculine and feminine kind of coming together. Cooperation, I feel like too. You know, with your guides, you have that cooperation as well. That partnership. So it looks like here, being grounded and centered, we're being asked to be grounded and centered whenever we are moving through this new cycle, this birth. But we're birthing our highest timelines. We're manifesting them this week. So it looks like this is going to be a great week for that. So you'll have to let me know if any of this comes up for you this week. I hope that you enjoyed that and it gave you a little bit of insight into what's going on for the week. Thank you and have a great day.